So, we are the Dropout Radiocast. We are two college dropouts who just really like music.
Yeah.
We don't actually listen to the radio because...
It's trash. The radio's trash.
It's not trash. We just don't, know any channels, and
There's, an alt channel where we're at, but it's still, here's, Seven Nation Army and Howlin' For You. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Yeah. It's oh, you guys like Portugal, right? Let's play all,
Let's play Feel It Still.
Let's play Feel It Still, and we'll play some OK Go for you.
Yeah.
That's the indie stuff.
Yeah, that's what you're really here for.
So we are big fans of music. We like music a lot.
Maybe explain the genres we're into, because to be fair, for disclosure.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and go into, whatever genres.
We're trying to get out of our comfort zone with it, too.
The point of this podcast is basically to get out of our comfort zone and find value in, any album that we can. Even if it seems stupid, we're going to try.
Give it a chance.
We're going to give it a chance. We're going to give everything
listen.
a full listen, a full chance, even if it's a joke. So,
At Blood Bagel by Red Fox.
Blood Bagel's great. Whatever. We'll
get into it.
We'll get to Blood Bagel. Blood Bagel.
Days.
At Viper, the rapper.
Oh,
we'll get to Viper.
Right.
We'll get to Viper.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'm Gavin.
I'm Maia.
And today we're going to be talking about Dan Auerbach and his solo albums, Keep It Hid and Waiting on the Song. So,
first, to open up before we get to that, we kind of want to do a little fun hashtag trivia for you.
Yeah, we'll do some hashtag trivia.
Just random facts about... It has no correlation to the album we'll talk about today, but we learned some interesting facts about a song that popped into Gavin's head this morning.
Yeah, so I don't remember where it came from, but there was... for some reason, I was thinking about the song Me So Horny.
By what band?
By Two Live Crew.
Two
Live Crew from '89. And if you've ever heard the song, which I'm sure you have, if you haven't, go listen to it and don't thank us because you're going to hate us.
Just read the lyrics.
You can read the lyrics and it'll be enough. And if you've never read the lyrics, oh boy, there's a treat.
They're so good.
There's a treat.
They're so good.
They're great. So I learned, and I told Maia about this in great detail, that Two Live Crew, what was it? It was, they were, sued?
Yeah, they were sued.
Yeah.
They were sued over the song for obscenity.
So they were sued over, in Florida.
Of course.
Over obscenity, and by the one and only winner of the people, Jack Thompson. Again, in case you don't know Jack Thompson, he is a lawyer. Well, he was a lawyer. He was disbarred from all courts permanently from practice for a variety of reasons. But he was known for being an activist against video games and music, violence, and sex education, meaning that he thought video games taught you to be a murderer and music taught you to be, I don't know, a rapist, something like that.
He's the classic Fox News commentary guy. You know what I'm talking about. You can see him in your head right now.
Exactly.
You can visualize this guy.
Imagine every time there's a shooting, and then Fox News is like, yeah, I really think it's the video games.
It's video games.
This is Jack Thompson.
Yeah.
Or it was, until he was permanently disbarred in 2008. But he's relevant in this case because in, I believe, 1999, he filed a suit against Two Live Crew, and he won. He won the lawsuit, and it was banned until it was appealed. It was banned from being played on Florida radio. And further than that, all of the record store distributors, all of the people who sold the records to people were arrested. Now, I didn't read up on whether or not they got what happened to them.
Like they stayed in jail or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. But if it was appealed, they probably weren't didn't stay arrested.
Fined or stay on the record.
Yeah. It probably just got, removed.
Released, yeah.
But the fact that it happened to Me So Horny is awfully funny.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, he got his panties in a twist about their follow-up hit single, Banned in the USA, for obvious reasons, but that didn't go anywhere. So, that is Me So Horny versus Jack Thompson.
Yeah. So, full disclosure on this, Dan Auerbach is my man crush. Sorry, Gav, but
I lose.
Dan is one of my favorite artists. My freshman year of high school, I just fell in love with the keys. I really sunk my teeth in, and so when I found out he did solo stuff, I was super pumped.
Oh, Black Keys, in case you're not familiar, because I wasn't. Not really, anyways. Yeah. Dan Auerbach is the lead singer and songwriter for the Black Keys.
And guitarist.
Among many others.
Yeah.
Many, many talents.
Yeah. And for reference, we'll talk about him later, but Patrick Carney was the drummer, and Dan Auerbach and Patrick Carney were the main members of the Black Keys. They had people come on and help with guitarists and stuff like that, but we'll get into their history later because it kind of comes into play with the creation of albums.
It's weirdly relevant if you want to look into it, which that's the point of this podcast. We're looking into it.
We're
reading into everything.
We just go way further. It's just deep analysis of everything, overanalyzing. Try not to make assumptions, but it's kind of fun to theorize.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, because it's I don't want to be rude or assumptive, but on one hand, you want to be but if this is true, then that's amazing.
Yeah, right? Totally. So, yeah, I wanted to do the first podcast on Dan, because he's my baby boy. He's my bouncing baby boy.
Yeah, so we have a long list of people we want to do for this podcast, because we both fucking love music.
Yeah.
We both love thinking about music, and we obsess over it.
Yeah.
So, we're starting with him.
For sure. So, the way we're kind of going to go about this is start with the first album, which is Keep It Hid. Came out in 2009. We'll kind of go song by song and just give kind of our thoughts on it, kind of an analysis, and musically and lyrically see how he developed. And then we'll get into Waiting in a Song in the latter half. And
for future reference, we're always going to go over it album, song by song. We will want to give every single song as much attention as we can, because we believe that singles are too focused on usually nowadays. Most people think about a song and they think they tie the song to the artist, but they don't really think about the whole album. And
what it means.
Yeah, this piece, this collection.
Piece,
yeah. Sometimes it's just a collection of random songs somebody made, but sometimes there's a theme, even if it's kind of weird.
There's a story.
Yeah, like Two Live Crew, the album with fucking Me So Horny, was all about dumb bullshit, right in line with it. The whole record was. Yeah. So,
hey, that was their story they wanted to tell.
Yeah, for the record, we're not going to go into Two Live Crew quite right now.
No.
I don't even know if we ever will.
I don't want
Maybe.
to. I don't want to get into that.
I kind of do. I kind of do.
Just for the meme. Just for the fucking meme.
Yeah, just for the meme. So, anyways.
Without further fucking ado, let's get into Keep It Hid.
Yeah.
So, just as some quick background here, 2008, Dan had his first daughter named Sadie. So that happened with his first wife. 2009, Patrick Carney, his band member in the Black Keys, him and his wife had a atrocious divorce. It was absolutely awful. You can look up articles about it, and, a lot of it's alleged, but it was just awful. It really hit Pat hard, and it hit Dan hard, too, because it really just affected them really deeply. Later on, 2009, that same year, Keep It Hid came out. So, that happened. The Keys were still touring a lot, and in interviews you hear later on, Dan really talks about the fatigue he felt touring because they were doing it nonstop.
Which is funny because he never talks about himself. Or he's very picky when he talks about himself. You really have to dig to find articles where he talks about Sadie or his divorce or things like that. He usually just talks about the music because he just loves making good music. Yeah, he's a true musician. Yeah. That's his bread and butter. That's what he lives and breathes. He just fucking nonstop. And we'll get into just how much later, but yeah. So Keep It Hid came out in 2009. A few years later, he had divorced his first wife, Stephanie Gonis, and then the next year, 2014, Turn Blue came out, which is the most recent Black Keys album that has been put out. And a lot of Black Keys fans are just fucking getting blue balls, really, hoping the Black Keys do something else. But right now, interviews, both Pat and Dan have just been we're just doing our own thing right now. If we decide we want to get together and make music, we will. But for now, we're just kind of doing our thing. Yeah, I think both. Does Pat have a solo record? I want to say he just does more production and just kind of fucking around doing his own thing. Okay. Dan really went into solo albums. He kind of tested the waters in 2009.
And then this last year, 2017, he finally really just found what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But
more on Keep It Hit, because that's what we're starting with. Yeah.
For sure.
We'll get to Waiting on a Song.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just get excited.
No, it's great.
Excited.
See, that's why we're here. That's why we're fucking here, dude.
For sure. So the first song, Trouble Weighs a Ton. What were your thoughts about the one?
I think it goes without saying that I like every song on this album.
Mm-hmm.
You got me into Dan with you honestly got me into Dan with Waiting on a Song, because I'd only heard a couple songs from the Black Keys. I'm not much into grunge rock stuff, but I loved like the folky vibes. And this is an amazing album in terms of style, because it goes all over the place. But Trouble Weighs a Ton is really interesting, especially if you're a Black Keys fan, because it's this slow, like acoustic sort of.
It's folksy.
Thing. It's very folksy.
It's like instantly you're like, this should be a song on Our Brother Where Art Thou.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Just like, that's the vibe I get.
Yeah, precisely. And it definitely starts that whole like cowboy vibe that Dan always goes for, but it sets a precedent for the whole album, and I feel like it was extremely intentional to have this sort of pained expression of like this cowboy on the run, you know?
We really kind of came to this consensus that Dan is a cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
Keep It Hid.
Or he wants to be a cowboy
like,
really badly.
He's like the bad boy cowboy right now.
Yeah, this is his bad boy face.
Forlorn love,
yeah.
That kind of thing, but we'll get into that with other songs.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear this song, it's really not that big of a shock that Waiting on a Song happened. A lot of people were like, oh my god, that's so country, but...
Yeah, stylistically, Waiting on a Song is a huge departure from a lot of his rock stuff.
It's a middleman.
Yeah. This song is very folksy. It has a lot of country inspirations. You can hear a lot of in the strumming pattern, in the melody itself, and in the general sort of vibe, just because it's only these very like sort of strained vocals with an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
That's so country, and that is so not the Black Keys. Well, not a lot of it. And it's a good lead-in. It
ties in well with the end of the song, and it really makes it all feel cohesive.
It's also
good that he started the album with the song.
And it also shows that it also sets, like I said, a precedent in terms of this album is different from your expectations. Don't go into it with the expectations that this is a Black Keys album.
Yeah.
However, the next song, I Want Some More, is straight up a Black Keys song.
Yeah. You're like, oh, there's the Black Keys. Okay, we're good.
I feel like he brought in this song, I Want Some More, just to reassure fans of like, wait, I still got Black Keys stuff. Yeah. I still got, you like me. Yeah. Just give it a chance. Give it a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of synthesizer in it. It's more grungy, and he uses a lot of distortion pedal, which all are really signature of the Keys. And lyrically, it felt a lot more like the Keys, just kind of like simplistic, but fun, and being like, there's this baddie out here.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna explicitly say I'm trying to fuck, but she's pretty hot.
it's in that vein. It's in that vein. Yeah.
There's a few guitar solos in it too, and you can tell Dan just kind of wanted to fuck around on guitar with it. You know, this album is less about making a statement as much as it is he just wants to make good music.
Yeah,
he wants to have fun with it.
This album is like experimentation from start to finish.
Yeah.
We'll get into just how much, because there's a little theme for a few songs there, but this song definitely sets a precedent that he's not taking it in the Black Keys-esque sort of direction, where he's not just making it Black Keys, but under his own label.
Yeah.
He's going somewhere different with it. This is like distinctively I Want Some More is very much almost the Black Keys, but there's just something different about it, and it creates it makes in my notes I wrote down it's kind of a hybrid between country and the Black Keys. He tries to blend those two styles, and it feels more like an experiment than like a song that he was like, I know what I want to do, this is what I want to do. This was more like, I will fucking fuck with it and see what happens.
Really, I feel like there wasn't really any hints of country in this one. It felt a lot more, it felt a lot more just like a Black Keys single.
Oh, you know Black Keys more than me, so maybe it was always kind of weird in that. I don't know. I was thinking like early country rock
stuff. But, track 3, Heartbroken in Disrepair. It's definitely more classic rock. The vocal editing is a lot like the Keys, kind of like, not staticky, but just more, it's not clear, it's not clean, it's not perfect. And that's
it's rough.
Like their very beginning where they were recording literally in their garage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. No, I noted that it was, like you said, very, very early rock and roll. You've got a lot of riffs that sound very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a little punk-ish, vocals and riffs that sound very classic rocky, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I was just wrong, but it almost kind of sounded Misfits-esque, too. I heard a little bit. It has some of that. I think it's just the grunge rock in there that's, like, mixed in. Because what he'll do, I've noticed, on this album, Dan likes to take, like, grunge rock instruments and put them where they don't belong.
Mm-hmm.
So he put grunge rock instruments in classic rock, which sounds like a mix between, like, psychedelic music and Misfits, and it's weird. Mm-hmm. I don't know how true this is, but that's what I heard.
That's what you're feeling?
Yeah. Sounds like it's in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, which is funny because it's filmed in, like, the middle of a wheat field.
Yeah, I didn't know that before writing this down.
Yeah, we watched the video. The video's, like, the only one I could find on YouTube is, like, terrible quality, like, 240 FPS is what it looks like.
I think it's just, like, an MTV recording.
Yeah, it just looks like trash, but it's fun to watch them play and jam out. Like, at the 3-minute mark solo, there's, like, you can tell this is where the roots are planted. And it's going to branch off into the arcs, and he's also going to branch off into Waiting on a Song.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the arcs, fuck.
Yeah, I forgot. I think the arcs, let's see, Yours Dreamily, I think was 2014, 2015.
That's another album he did, separate from his solo stuff, and separate from the Black Keys.
It was like a second Black Keys, but like on weed. The way I describe the arcs is like the Black Keys on weed, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, is it with the same people?
No.
Yeah, it's with different people.
No, Pat isn't in it. He had a few guys. Unfortunately, I think one of their solo guitarists died recently.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was pretty sad.
Okay, well, maybe
I didn't really look into it, but...
Maybe not more of the arcs.
Gavin, that's not funny.
I'm just saying.
That's fucked up,
I'm not
dude.
laughing. I'm saying maybe not any more of the fucking arcs. Because people are like, it's weird, there's only one album. Like, are you going to do more?
They did two, I think. There was like a shorter... Yeah, there was like...
It was an EP?
Fuck. I think so.
No.
It was like a shorter one because Yours Dreamily was like the breakout, and the one before it was like something versus the arcs or something like that. That's the name of it.
I've only ever seen, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, not
it's
doing
all
anything
fucking
more.
Tight. It's all tight. Thank you, Gavin.
Yeah, no problem.
So anyway, like in Heartbroken and Disrepair, there's even like some back echoing sounds that are reminiscent of little pieces of the arcs, like some of the songs they have.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
It's a great song. It's a great track.
Mm-hmm.
Nice direction for the album to continue to take.
For sure. Track 4 is called Because I Should.
It's like barely a track. It's one of those like in-between tracks that a lot of artists use in their albums to sort of transition to something different.
Mm-hmm. There's no lyrics. It's just like this industrial sounding tuning fork.
It's like a soundscape, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, inverted. We posited on a lot of different theories of what the fuck the point of this song was. Like, was he just putting it in here for funsies? Was this just like some fucking like unnamed project file he had on his computer that he exported?
My theory was like kind of his feeling of having to like constantly churn out music for the Warner Brothers because that's who they were under.
That's true, yeah.
And he did that because he should. You know, so that's kind of was my take. I think it's less than a minute long, but I think definitely you should listen to the whole album through and not skip it.
Yeah,
like,
don't skip it.
You don't have to listen to it like
definitely.
after. But like, if you really want to like get a feel for the whole album, definitely listen all the way through and don't skip that track.
But anyway.
So moving on.
Whispered Words.
Favorite.
Not my favorite. We'll get to my favorite. You know which one's my favorite.
I know.
We'll get to it.
I love all of these songs. This is like in my top 3. It's called Whispered Words,
it's
parentheses, Pretty Lies. It's like a 50s love song.
It's great. It's when you hear it, you're like, the Beatles called. They want their style back. It's very Beatles-esque. It's very, very Beatles-esque.
Yeah, but you think everything's Beatles-esque.
No, I don't.
You hear a song and you're like, Sounds like the Beatles.
Because everything has a lot of the Beatles in it, dude. They're very revolutionary.
Yeah, they have music.
What the fuck, Adam? Get the fuck out of here. Don't you even come at me with that shit.
Anyway, the lyrics in it are very somber and existential. Like, to quote it,
yeah.
I hear words, pretty lies, like the ones they tell you before you die. It's just...
That's pretty out there for him.
He moves into total existentialism. Like, the beginning of the album, the lyrics, you know, you can interpret them any way you want, but they don't really outwardly say a lot. This is the first one where he's, like, explicitly like, damn, I got fucked over.
Yeah.
Or I'm hurting.
Yeah, and to be clear, it's not like... I don't think we'll be going into the lyrics a lot, because Dan Auerbach is not a lyricist, I don't think.
He makes fun lyrics.
He makes fun lyrics. He's not bad. He's not... But it's not something he's going out of his way to make a purposeful.
It's not as much of poetry.
Yeah,
so to speak.
He's not trying to make the song... Oh.
He's not trying to make a big statement.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just trying to make good music.
He's trying to make something...
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, you read a quote. He was, I remember. He was wanting to make music...
Yeah, here, let me pull it up.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, his... I don't know, I feel like that's a good quote to end it on, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll cut this.
It's a good one to end it on, dude.
Whatever.
So
or we won't cut it. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Whatever. We like Whispered Words. It's a great song.
It's more somber about love.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the first time you really hear the word her or she in a relationship style, like an emotional relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, I Want Some More was more sexual, and Heartbroken Is Repair was more separated from the woman and just stating he's a troubled, lost man. Yeah. You know, to quote the song again, I hear words in my sleep, promises you made but never keep. You know, he's just heartbroken, hurt, confused, feels betrayed.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think the use of like a 60s rock style was very intentional, because a lot of 60s rock was love songs.
Yeah.
This was like, I mean, it was like that branch from the 50s into the 60s. And music's always going to be about love songs, but I think bringing up that style, if I was smarter and I would have researched a specific song that he was drawing from to use a sort of mental shorthand. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this was intentional, but it's possible. Mm-hmm. And I think that the stylistic similarities are worth playing into how they tie in with the lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, around 3:30, the 3:30 mark is where the solo comes on, and then you're like, oh, I can see how you made the Beatles correlation.
Definitely.
Personally. But, I mean, overall, it really... You know, it starts to show you this is kind of a heartbreak album.
Sort of,
kind of, you know, a premonition of the divorce.
There's a general theme of remorse and regret here.
You know, this was the same year Pat had the divorce, so he might have been writing vicariously about Pat and through his perspective, and also, you know, when you're a rock star and you're away from the family and away from your daughter, you know, you can start to feel guilty, you can start to feel heartbroken, and it may not even be... It could be about his current wife, who he was going to later on divorce in 2013. It could be about kind of his guilt as a father, just being away from home. But in the end of this song, or at least a good line from it, is, I should have went a long time ago. And I feel like that's more reflective of his perspective on Pat. You know, I mean, you never really
it's hard to know.
It's not. And, you know, you really shouldn't dig into celebrities' relationships. It's none of your goddamn business.
However.
But from a surface level. Yeah. From a surface level, I don't think he is responsible to release the details of it. It's not anyone's business but their own.
However, the purpose of this podcast of researching...
To analyze it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not to gossip, but to give kind of deductive reasoning as to maybe why these songs were written.
Yeah, it's like with Mac DeMarco's This Old Dog. You're not assuming that the album is entirely tied to his complicated relationship with his dad just because you want to gossip about how he had a shitty childhood. You want to do that because he uses that as a way of communicating the complex ideas and thoughts about that. Mm-hmm. And it's not, you can talk about an artist and their life while not, like, gossiping.
Yeah.
You can't always separate an artist from the art.
Their experiences.
Yes.
Not the juicy good stuff, but just, like, how their experiences influence. Like, you know, like Maya Angelou, she wrote about I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and that was entirely just a memoir. And a lot of her poetry goes from it, and, you know, that's just kind of the vibe we want to get out. There's nothing cool about talking shit about celebrities. That's just boring.
We're not trying to make people feel bad. We're trying to make people feel understood.
Exactly.
That's the point here.
Exactly.
We want to understand people.
Yeah, and so with this song, I felt kind of like maybe he was starting to feel like, yeah, this marriage is not going to end well.
Maybe.
I mean, you don't know if the wife wasn't too hot, and later on, just because why I kind of think that is, one article I had read, Dan, I want to say it was Dan's wife. It might have been Pat's.
It was Pat's wife.
Who did that?
Or no.
I think it was Dan's wife.
What was it?
I'll say it, and if it's wrong, you can edit it out.
Okay.
But I guess right before they got divorced, it was kind of the last straw. Dan's wife had cut herself, her thighs.
Oh yeah,
and her ankles
that was
in front of Dan and Sadie. It's like very.
And she tried to set the house on fire.
She tried to set the house on fire.
Yeah.
So she might have been a little manipulative in the way.
Oh, hold on.
She pretty lies. She might have told pretty lies.
She said it was an accident, though.
She said she didn't take hold of the burning the house down. She was like, okay, yeah, I hurt myself in front of my husband and young daughter. That's fucked up. But she was like, I'm gonna try to burn the house down. And she's like, look, that's absurd. That's drawing the line.
Yeah.
I'll mutilate my body in front of my husband and young daughter, but burning the house down? Come on, give me some more credit.
May or may not be credible, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah,
When the Night Comes, or Real Desire, sorry.
Real Desire.
Number 6, track 6. So, Beach Boys, keyboard.
It's got that synthy organ.
It does. It's got a 70s synthy organ. I almost heard a little bit of 70s folk in this. I liked the chord progression. It was very similar to James Taylor, I heard.
Yeah.
You're not as familiar, but, so I know you didn't really hear it as much, but when I listened to this song, I couldn't help the feeling of if it were with a different instrument and it were a little bit slower, you could put it in a 70s folk song and it would be perfectly set, which I thought was weird for Dan to go that direction, somebody who's so rock.
Yeah. And as for kind of an idea, if you haven't noticed already, Gav gets really into, like, the musical aspect of things, like the construction of a song, things like that. I really go the emotional side and the lyrics and what they mean and kind of interpreting them. Yeah. So you'll hear Gav give, like, the good juice on, like, just
chord progression
and things like that, and I just get, like, the emotional juice.
Decent juice. I'm not going to say good juice, because I'm not that good.
I can say you get some good juice.
I'm decent juice.
Better than Sunny D. Maybe not quite Tropicana with the pulp, but you're in between there.
Sure.
So lyrically, this song very obviously follows Whispered Words. Like, this is a song about a woman who goes out to hurt. Quote, she wants to, quote, set the world on fire.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh, shit! Oh, my God, no!
Oh, my God.
Oopsie, sorry, Dan. She wants to be strong, harsh, cutting, and just not give a fuck. Damn it.
That's you, not me.
Yeah,
cutting. You want to set the world on fire.
Oh, my God. That's terrible.
Killer foreshadowing, guys.
No,
Killer foreshadowing.
That's terrible.
We called it.
No, it's not funny that people hurt themselves.
Not at all, because we both have.
However,
it is hilarious that there is a weird foreshadowing in this song relevant to the catalyst of his divorce, which was after this.
She's just kind of like be strong, harsh, cutting, and just like not give a fuck. Would you stop?
I'm sorry.
I won't use that word anymore, Dan.
I know. I'm just laughing at it post-mortem.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. I get it.
But the woman he describes in this, as the kids might say, is a baddie.
Ah, as the kids say.
All
the kids say baddie.
Yeah, they're like, damn, she a baddie.
Do kids say that?
I mean, like, I don't know, fucking 14-year-olds.
Okay.
You see Kim K or, like, Instagram models, and they're like, she bad.
But she's not allowed to say bad bitch, so they're like, oh, baddie.
Yeah, that's probably like, bad bitch is like, that's canceled, I think.
I don't know.
Because, like, that's been, like, a Nicki Minaj lyric.
I don't know normie shit. I have no familiarity with
I keep up on the normie shit because I'm half normie.
That's debatable. Whatever.
Anyway, so, like, with Real Desire now we're really into, like, the meat and potatoes of the heartbreak and kind of a character description of who this woman was.
Yeah. Also, this song, I mean, if we're talking about in relation to the last several tracks, again, wholly different. You're looking at something that stylistically is now in a whole different direction from Whispered Words, and you're getting this feeling of, now that you're into the album, you're like, is the next song going to do this also, or it's just going to go somewhere completely different? Like, you never have a consistent tone and style. You never have a consistent tone and style for this album, and I think that's really interesting, because that had to be intentional. He had to have been like, this is just fucking experimentation.
Yeah.
Don't try to think I'm going somewhere specific. Or maybe he wanted to prove a point that he was allowed to experiment and it would still be fine.
Oh, yeah.
And he was still capable of doing good music.
He's the fucking king.
I think he wanted to, like, really prove a point of, like, I can do whatever the fuck I want and I can make it sound good. Maybe not quite that, like, pompously, but...
He's not too arrogant, at least outwardly.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to know, honestly. He never fucking talks to anybody about that shit. Publicly, anyway.
For sure. Track number 7, When the Night Comes. It's a real slowdown.
Yeah, I got Spanish guitar vibes from this. Like a Spanish guitar ballad, like almost Electric Light Orchestra-esque. It felt very much similar to that, just without, like, the orchestra, obviously. It's like a dialogue between two styles and how they clash. Coming off of what the last song did and the song before that, you get this feeling that he's just kind of mashing shit together. And I thought it was very interesting how he took this slower, kind of more peace-ridden tone and kept the grunge guitar. That was hilarious to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
He makes it work, though.
He always makes it work.
He makes it work.
It's just really interesting stylistically how weird this album is. I was fascinated by this. I'm like, there's no consistency here, but it's not bad.
There's no consistency, yet it is cohesive.
It's cohesive because he has this sort of, like, consistent voice.
He's the king.
It's the cowboy vibes. He's a cowboy.
It all has the cowboy vibe.
He's a sad cowboy. He's a sad cowboy.
Lonely cowboy.
Who is also a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
Sad cowboy, bad boy.
Hell yeah.
Anyways.
Lyrically, it's kind of like, end of the day, you come home, you have your love by your side, or, at least you have yourself. It could have been about coming home to love. I think, at least someone who has been a lonely fuck for a long time, it's like, you know what, when the night comes, I can just go home and be understood by myself. I can just fucking lay in bed and be like, wash the day away, let's just fucking chill.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's my interpretation.
It's not that complex of a song. It's got it's really good, but that's about, like...
It's very chill. It's a good little sad boy song. I love it.
It's tight. Yeah, a great little piece for the album to go into.
For sure. Track 8.
Me Monsoon.
Back to the Black.
Keys. See, I heard this and I heard The Doors. I showed you it. It sounds very similar to The Doors.
Once you played, what was it,
Riders of the Storm?
Riders of the Storm.
I listened back, I heard...
Riders of the Storm.
I heard... Riders on the Storm. That's what you want? Okay.
Yeah.
I actually went back. I listened to Light My Fire. I heard that a lot more.
How's that one go?
I don't know.
Baby, you light my fire. Is that the one?
Yes, yeah.
Baby, you can light my
fire! Yeah, it's the one that always comes on radios.
Hell yeah.
Among several others.
Yeah.
But
listen to those and then listen to Mean Monsoon and tell me you're not like, I see where he drew some inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really... Because at first you're like, what the fuck? Stop drawing comparisons to 70s music. Dude, fucking, I swear to God, number one, I'm biased, so take that into consideration. But number one, please, like, go and look at it. You'll realize Dan is very 70s inspired.
Oh, yeah.
He loves his 70s stuff, especially for this album.
He grew up with it.
That's what he grew up with, yeah exactly.
His dad shared music with him all the time.
Yeah. So, just trust me. Number 2, get over it. Get fucked. Alright, anyways.
Lyrically, it's just like, essentially what it's saying is he's broken, he's hurt, he's betrayed. Another song about just shitty, toxic love. Yet, he's kind of self-aware of his mistakes. One of the lines is, what's he got that I ain't got besides stability? You know, he's pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
He understands. He's like a cowboy that's like, man, fuck you, but also like,
I get it.
Okay, I see why you.
I get
don't
it,
wanna
but
be with
also
me.
fuck you.
But also fuck you, for sure.
Yeah.
Number 9.
The Prowl.
He's definitely, again, back to the keys.
That's what I have to. I
wrote
grunge
in my
rock.
notes, back
Yep.
to the keys, heart.
Right
3
next
exclamation
to
points.
right next to opening clap yas.
That's the other one. That's another one.
Yeah, but I just thought that was funny.
We'll get to that one.
I'm doing
That's
peaks.
one of my fucking favorites.
Anyways, so
lyrically, it's like Me Monsoon. Same message.
yeah, same monsoon. Sure. I got a little bit more psychedelic rock. A little vibes. It's not like super strong, but I heard a little bit of it. It drips a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's same kind of vibes, very grunge rock, but with lyrics like that.
For sure.
Not a lot else to say, but it's a damn good track.
Yeah. Track 10, the self-titled album song, Keep It Hid.
Also, I want to talk about how fucking long this album is.
Oh yeah, it's 14 songs.
That's only like 2 songs more than the norm.
But it feels like he gave you so much.
It feels like it takes so long
to
get through. It's like if you have a fucking long-ass car ride, this album is perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take a while.
Oh yeah, just for you guys' like understanding of our process, we go song by song, stop the song, and then talk about it and take notes.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we go about preparing for this podcast.
And usually we will listen to the albums separate
Previously.
of that.
Oh yeah. On our own time.
Yeah, this is all stuff we listen to, and we give it, excuse me, burps, a chance. We give it a chance of professionalism. 7. Thanks. I give that a 4. 4 out of 10, that is. Yeah. So, we do listen to it, but we usually we'll go by song.
Yeah. Upon preparation.
Yeah. So that's the structure.
I didn't even take notes on this song. That's how much I'm like prepared to talk about this song.
You didn't write anything?
No, I just wrote the name of the. I wrote the name of the song.
I think you were like doing dishes or some shit.
Probably.
So
in my place as a woman.
I wrote. Please.
Doing the dishes. Taking care of the house chores.
I just remember you were taking care of dishes. Anyway, I wrote down that the melody was kind of minimalist and closed off, and it felt kind of like the song was keeping something hid.
Hey!
It felt very closed off, very sectioned, isolated, and it's weird. You have these weird contrasts of loud volume and quiet, and there's really not a lot of background noise. There's not a lot of reverb. It's all very cut off, very closed off, very insulated sort of tone.
The lyrics are basically just like kind of the like I shot a man in Reno vibes of like I did something bad.
I gotta hide the skeleton in the closet.
I gotta go away for a bit, babes. But if they come ask you what's up, you gotta keep it hid. Like I trust you.
Yeah.
So that's like modern cowboy vibes.
I think it was just trying to tell a fun little story for this one.
It was, but like that's a cowboy thing, you know, being like I'm a bad boy. I like killed someone. Dan would never kill a fucking fly.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. We went to one of his concerts and something real bad happened, and he was so sweet about it. So we'll get into later.
He had a moment of crisis
about why he's like, in my opinion, from what I've observed of his character, cool guy.
Who knows? Anyway, my last mistake, my favorite track on the album, through and through, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I fucking love this song.
It's just like his admittance of his faults as a lover. He's just like, I fucked up.
And
I'm not that great.
It's 60s.
I have one line on this in my notes, and Gavin has a full-fledged paragraph. Just so you guys are aware.
Okay, so it's straight up 60s. It really is. It's got a lot of same chords. It goes into hard rock, but sometimes it comes back soft. And that just the pacing and the beat and the chords, it's all very upbeat and poppy. It's pop rock from the 60s, and it's just it's so fucking good.
Jizz all over that shit.
Yes, I love it. I love it that much. I'm jerking my dick to this song. That's what I'm doing. I love this track.
I'm glad.
This is a not safe for work podcast.
Sorry, bros.
By the way, show notes, whatever. Anyways.
Show nuts.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Oh, I thought you said show nuts. I'm like, what does that even mean, dude?
No! Show,
Okay.
why would I? Whatever.
Anyway.
Whatever, I like the song. My Last Mistake. It's fucking great. It's mixes a lot of different 60s artists in a perfect way. You can tell this is just a love letter to the entire era, and it's beautiful. And there's a couple guitar solos that are very Black Keys reminiscent, but kind of early rock, which is similar. Yeah. I wrote down the lyrics, something about admitting faults about himself. I don't care. So, I was really more about the vibe of the melody here and the song.
How it correlates together?
Yeah. But it does have some value lyrically. It's a damn good song. I love it.
For sure. Track 12 is When I Left the Room. For me, this song was the final nail in the Dan is a cowboy coffin. It's like he's a misfit, a heartbroken man. He's a man with a badass chick who's hard, tough, and don't give a shit about a man's opinions and stands up for herself.
Dude, it's a cowboy song. He's got Spanish guitar. He's got a banjo in there.
Oh my god.
Dude, he's going for it. I swear you can hear the spurs in this song.
I gotta know.
You can hear the spurs even though they aren't there.
When I left the
Just the
room.
like you hear
So
the
good.
spurs.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good. It's a cowboy song. It's great though.
It's so good.
It's clean.
Next one, this is the one where I said opening, clap, clap, yes, like street walking. Track 13.
I actually don't like this song very much, but
Well, then I'll talk about it. Because first of all, it's basically like the Black Keys did their own version of Cherry Bomb and Show Me mixed together. And Cherry Bomb and Show Me are from Waiting on a Song. It's like those songs were mashed together and the Black Keys was like, let's make a version of this for ourselves. It messes with the distortion pedal. Like, I mean, it was just like, okay, Tom Morello, like, chill out. Like, it was just so much. So much. I loved what it said. This is like one of those songs where like, you were literally walking down the street, like taking a walk somewhere, you got your headphones in, and like, as a woman, you're just like swinging your hips and like, oh, fuck yeah, like I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
This is a feeling myself song, personally.
Yeah, I read it as like just trying to paint a very poignant image of a dingy ass city, like a lot of fucking really strong imagery in the song, and of course the grungy guitar adds to that, but that's everywhere.
Yeah. You've got this like sweet analysis, and I'm just like, yeah, this is the song I take dick to.
And I had dicks on the brain. Last track, Going Home.
No, let me finish.
No?
Let me finish.
You don't want to finish?
Let me finish
All
talking
right,
about
I'm
this.
sorry.
Don't you interrupt me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Sorry, that was
So
a
good.
little rude. Quote the song, you got uptight and onlookers started gawking. The moon is high, street walking. Like, sorry, I just get into it.
You get into it.
It's
You
like
love
his
that song?
final statement on where he stands with that woman. Like, this is kind of his, like, closure of, like, alright, you know what, fuck you, I'm off.
Yeah, there's like this sort of half narrative going through this album.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it's not super clear.
But it's representative of how he does PR for himself. He does not talk about himself.
That's true.
So this album is kind of like hinting like, yeah, I have a bit of women issues. Sure. Yeah. But I'm not going to fully disclose it. Just like he is in interviews.
Yeah, 'cause
he
it's
doesn't
not
go out of his
none
way
of
to
your
talk
fucking
about
business.
that. Yeah. Because fuck you. I'm Dan Auerbach.
Yeah.
Suck my cock. Suck my R-cock.
Yeah.
Suck my Dan R-cock.
Dicks on the brain, huh? Anyways.
See, dicks are great. Anyway.
Anyways.
Track 14, Going Home.
Going Home. This song...
It's the longest song of the album.
Weirdly. It doesn't feel like it. When you listen to
It's
it,
about-
you're like, what the fuck?
It's
How?
about 5 minutes long. Most of the time is in like the last minute of it is just like a wind chime, like chill ass.
Yeah, it's like sitting on the porch and
you can see like a laundry line with like sheets blowing in the breeze, like
yeah, it's real chill vibes, like House on the Hill kind of vibes. But it's two guitars and harmony contrasting the weirdly solitary tone of the rest of the album, because I mean, it's the whole album kind of feels very lonesome and cowboy-esque, but this one just feels like he's got. It's interesting that there's two guitars playing here when the first opening song had one, and that's I think it's important stylistically. I think it's important thematically, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, it ties in. Nice. It ties in with the vibes of Triple Weighs a Ton.
Apple.
It's like.
I meant to say absolutely not.
Apple. I thought you were making like an apple doesn't fall far from the tree type thing.
What?
But
No.
that's like earlier when I saw the applause sign and said applesauce.
We were walking through fucking Walmart, and there were like light up applause signs, and Maia walks up to me and says, Gavin, I feel fucking stupid. I read that as applesauce.
I just want a light in my house that says applesauce, and it lights up and makes clapping noises every time. Every time I eat applesauce, like the once a month that I
could
would
probably
eat
make
applesauce.
that happen.
Dude, let's do it.
I'm not doing
Let's
that.
not do that.
Anyways, going
this
home.
This song is like a polite, like, fuck this woman, fuck my misfit cowboy life. I'm going home. I'm seeing mama. I'm having a good home-cooked meal. Like, back to the family, back to my roots. Like, this song is like representative. I'm just going back to who I know as Dan. He probably lost himself in touring in the Black Keys.
I mean, how can you not?
Being away from his daughter, being away from his wife, even if they were touring with them, that's still hard. It puts a lot of strain on your relationship and your friendship.
Yeah, you're not going to see those people, even if they're with you. You're not going to see them very much.
Yeah. Oh, no. You're
going to spend time with them. You've got shit to do.
You're partying, you're doing stuff, and you're working hard, you're practicing, you're getting setups every day. So I think this was kind of his, realization of, you know what, I love the Keys, but I am ready to breathe. But as we'll learn later, breathing for Dan Auerbach does not mean he stops making music.
No, it means he accelerates his process tenfold.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Which is hilarious. Also, it's worth noting that he, in the Kansas City concert we went to, in the encore, among other songs...
This was the song he sang.
He sang this song. He came out with a guitar and played this song, and you cried a lot.
I cried so much. I mean...
It was damn powerful.
It was damn powerful.
Damn.
Yeah. I just think about the concert when I hear the song. When I saw him come back on stage and sing the song, I cried because this is one of my favorite songs. I am a baby. I love my family. When me and Gav moved in together, we were 2.5 miles away from my parents, and I was destroyed. So, you can see why I get Gav moved 1,400 miles away from his family, and that's the perfect distance for him.
Yeah, I moved from Florida. I'm originally from New York, upstate New York, and I moved to Florida with my family when I was a kid, and then I moved to Kansas because I hate Florida. Obviously. So, I don't really have the same connection to my family, but you do.
Yeah, so this song has always been really powerful to me. When we saw him singing that song, it was like he just never wanted that feeling of home to end. I mean, he was in his own world when he sang it. It's very obvious that this song has such deep personal meaning to him, and it really felt like he didn't do that encore for the fans. He did it for himself.
The last song, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he cares about his fans.
Well, he wasn't present for the whole encore, is the thing. He came out
Oh yeah, Robert Finley came out.
Yeah, Robert Finley came out.
But that was the last one.
Who's also cool.
Robert Finley's fucking great.
He's great, yeah.
Definitely check out his music. But,
I still have to.
Yeah. This song was just he cares about the fans and the fans want an encore, sure. But he did this song for himself.
It felt that way.
I'm surprised he didn't cry. He just was...
He looked real tired.
He's a tired boy.
But that was the second to last place he was going on his tour.
Yeah.
He was coming real close to the end.
Yeah.
So,
it was
not a surprising thing.
So beautiful. I screamed, "You're so beautiful," so many times.
You love your boy.
I love my boy. It was just, oh my god, thinking about it makes me fucking teary-eyed. Anyway. So, overall, as much as we can musically draw comparisons to 70s bands, Doors, Beatles, Misfits, whatever, it's really important to note how much of this is his own album.
Oh,
and how
yeah, absolutely.
unique it is.
It's like there are hints and references to that style, but what makes it so interesting is how he makes it his own. It really has its unique voice.
It's got a stamp on it.
Exactly. And it's a unique flavor that Dan always brings to all of his music, I think. It's really, really something else.
Oh, yeah.
So, even if you're like, well, it sounds like this album's super derivative, not really. It knows where its heritage is, and it honors it, but it takes it where it wants to go, not where it lies.
Exactly. But yeah, that's Keep It Hid. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with a word from our sponsors real quick.
Our sponsors
are fucking nobody.
Because we are nobody.
Exactly.
Precisely.
So thank you to fucking nobody for supporting us.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Nice.
Okay, so welcome back, even though there was no break for you because of editing. Just want to say real quick, shoutouts to Alex Falciani. He inspired me. He motivated me to do podcasts. Because you told me, he was like, I don't fucking care if anyone listens. I just do because I like it.
Yeah,
so shoutouts to my boy. Also, the Beer Bros, great YouTube channel.
Yeah, we watch
them all the time.
Yeah, we watch them all the time. We are big fans.
By the way, they are so sweet and sent Gavin a birthday card per my request.
They
are the best.
They're really nice.
But anyway, they have an ongoing meme from Rush Hour where Jackie Chan says, "My daddy caught a bullet." They say "caught a bullet." So I'm pretty proud of my jokes today.
So in the break, what did you tell me about?
I ate a whole thing of focaccia bread. It was like a 9x9 piece of focaccia bread, 9x9 by like 1.5.
9x9 inches, by the way.
Yeah.
Not feet.
Oh, yeah. Well, I probably could eat a 9x9. So I looked at Gavin as I finished eating it, and I said,
looked me dead in the eyes.
I said, "My daddy focaccia bullet." It's so dumb.
I don't like it.
Oh, it's so stupid. Anyway.
Immediately afterwards, she looked up at the poster of Dan Auerbach that we have hanging in our living room and said, "I want to flick my bean to him."
Bet your sweet ass I said that.
Just gonna note that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, on to with our introductions out of the way. So
waiting on a song.
Yeah,
first fucking 3 seconds. You hear that shit and you're like, I'm hooked. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, give us a reenactment.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
They can copyright us if we do it.
True. Got him.
Anyways, so
the first song is called Waiting on a Song.
Yeah, he opened the album with the title track, and immediately you're like, disco country rock? What the fuck?
Yeah, like the bass line and the fucking like tings and shit. Like
yeah,
so
you've got like
you catch the vibe. You catch the vibe.
Thank you. You catch the vibe.
My daddy catch the vibe.
And it's fucking crazy how different this is from Keep It Hid, because stylistically, like we said, people were stunned when this came out because they were like, this is not the Black Keys, this isn't even Keep It Hid.
Or the Arcs.
Or the Arcs. Where the hell did this come from? And he's like...
The answer. Dan's heart. Came from his heart.
Pretty much. It's a great song. It's a great opening. It's great. Got a nice little, like, bouncy little vibe to it.
Yeah, like...
Kind of like a walking along a trail.
Yeah. My first listen to it, I was into it, I was there for it, but also, it's kind of apprehensive. Because, like, I'll be honest, I'm not a country music fan.
No, we both despise country music.
Well, like, not stadium country. Like, I can appreciate, like, some Cash and maybe some Patsy Cline.
Yeah. But that's not like what people consider country music nowadays.
Yeah,
right?
No stadium country.
Like, we've always wanted to be open to it and have never, ever.
I can't do it.
We can't do it.
I mean, I will say, I dug my key into the side of his pretty loose souped up 4-wheel drive. I will get into fucking that. But otherwise,
I can't
say I have done any other keying of cars.
I find I constantly use Kenny Chesney as the butt of my jokes.
Kenny Chesney.
He's great. I love Kenny Chesney. He is horrible, and I love him. Shout outs to...
Why do I picture Rudy Giuliani when you say Kenny Chesney?
Rudy Giuliani!
I don't know why.
Cold beer on a Friday night.
No. I just think of Bo Burnham's bit on country music.
Oh my god.
Stadium country.
Shout outs to Bo Burnham.
So accurate.
So great.
So good.
Watch the Netflix special.
Dude, I want to see 8th grade.
Is there a new special?
No, his movie.
He
made the movie.
Shit.
8th grade?
Yeah, that's right.
It's only showing in LA and New York.
Of course. Shoutouts to not moving to LA, because...
Sorry, Alex.
Coolest people don't move to LA. Move to Kansas City.
Yeah, y'all should move to Kansas City. We'll sync up.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Give us views.
Anyway, Waiting on a Song, great first track. I like it. You like it. We all like it. Bouncy.
Yeah, like, for me, around the 113 mark. there's a guitar solo, and that, for me, was a make or break moment. It was fun, but terrifyingly country for me.
It was like, very twang guitar.
It was like, oh god, is my sweet cowboy misfit boy gone too cowboy?
Yeah. It's very country.
So great.
It's crazy, it's weird, and it's right up his alley.
It really is. Lyrically, it completely captures everything Dan was trying to say.
Absolutely.
About his experience as a musician. He was really finding a style. He was waiting on a song.
Yeah. A lot of the making of this album, they've talked about before, about how he would write songs so much leading into this album. He wrote tons of songs that didn't get put onto the album, so he really...
Every day.
Yeah, every day he would write a bunch of songs.
Just for some background here, this information was on Dan's website, and I'll be quoting from it pretty heavily. It's on easyisound.com/artist/Dan-Auerbach. This story was also listed when we were buying tickets for his show. It was a really great read, and I found it really fascinating. But
yeah, go check it out if you want more information
on him.
We'll be quoting it, but the whole thing's great.
Basically, here's some highlights. They got together at 9 o'clock to write every day. So, to quote Dan, he said they'd come over, Mackie would bring coffee, we'd be in a little room in my house with the door closed, and we'd just write. I didn't do anything but work 7 days a week. Monday through Wednesday, we'd write, and then Thursday through Sunday, we'd record. Every week.
That's a lot. For music, for something so creatively driven,
yeah.
That had to be so draining.
He has a vault.
He's got a vault of, like, amazing amounts of stuff. And it's all hidden because this album, way shorter than Keep It Hid, #1. Which is hilarious considering the process.
Yeah, he had so much content, but his goal with this was to make it a succinct album. These songs he picked very specifically because he was like, I don't have the direct quote, but from what I recall reading, essentially he was like, all of these songs are exactly what I want in an album. They just are perfect for me.
Yeah, this was a cherry-picked album, nothing like Keep It Hid. Keep It Hid was a lot more... Stop it.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Keep It Hid was a lot more of like just a collection of songs. There wasn't a really direction there. It was just kind of like fucking around, and that was the point.
I disagree.
Maybe lyrically, but I feel like it was more coincidence. He was going for a tone and style, not like a...
I disagree.
What's your case?
My case is that
I'm a dumbass.
Keep It Hid. No self-deprecation on the
what
podcast.
The fuck ever.
Or in real life.
Whatever.
No, my consensus is that Keep It Hid, once again, was an early version of Waiting on a Song in the sense that it was a finding himself album.
Yeah, but I think he was finding himself by just fucking throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck, because it was a 14-song album that has almost no link between the songs.
Oh, it does too. I talked about all the lyrics.
Yeah, but
it's going through.
Yeah, but that's kind of coincidence, though.
No, it's going through his misfit cowboy adventures.
Until it isn't.
Sorry. I'm just saying.
Listen,
I shouldn't have drank that LaCroix. I'm so sorry.
Whatever. Maia's drinking seltzer cucumber water. Cucumber melon.
It's not LaCroix, it's LaCroix.
Sure. Simple Truth Organic.
LaCroix.
Sponsored by Simple Truth Organic. Not sponsored by Simple Truth Organic.
Don't sue us, Kroger.
Don't sue us, Kroger.
Please.
Anyway, whatever. Point is, Waiting on a Song.
Clean Boys.
Good song. Not the album, but the album's good too.
Yeah. Song number 2, Malibu Man.
Malibu Man. We're gonna do renditions of all of our favorite tracks.
Oh, hell yeah. This song I was like, oh, thank God. Like, my fear of country, or as I like to call it, my FOC, was so strong.
Original jokes. It is original.
It was original jokes. You know, Malibu Man goes full disco country, and it's perfect. It's just like a classic summer song.
It's really good. It's
July. You guys still have a chance to enjoy this in the summertime.
Absolutely.
Listen to this album. Listen to Malibu Man. Ma'am. Listen to Malibu. Listen to Malibu Man.
You guys
get in the pool. Pour yourself a fucking daiquiri. Get on that.
You guys didn't see it. I made a tip my hat motion of
Milady of
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Anyways,
Maim.
Anyway, yeah, Malibu Man, great song, great summer song. It's when you hear that fucking trumpet and shit, or the strings. It's with strings, not trumpet. And you're like, oh, that's so disco.
Mm-hmm.
That's so disco.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more relaxed, a lot more just...
Yeah, funny enough, and most of the songs at the concert, this had like a rock rendition at the show. A lot of the songs did, and I think you kind of have to do that.
Yeah, because there was no violin on stage, and he used a variety of instruments in this.
Well, and to keep energy up, this isn't really like a concert album.
Not at all.
So to keep energy up, they kind of made it a more rock.
Yeah, they had brought on a bunch of rock
just like
artists.
Fucking rock and roll legends.
Yeah, a bunch of people who recorded with
as
all the greats.
As he said, quote, I am working with some of the greatest musicians that ever lived. When I met the keyboardist, Bobby Wood, and the drummer, Gene Chrisman, it was like I finally met my soulmates. I have always had a problem that I work so much. These guys, they're not normal. They're as addicted to it as I am. Nobody that I play music with now got into music to meet girls, he laughed. And he said, just to be clear, I'm not hanging out with these guys just to hang out with old dudes. These guys are still full of fire. Yeah. And when you see them on stage...
Yeah, you think it's like, when they come out, you're like, oh, those are old dudes. And then you see them playing, and you're like, holy shit!
They kill it.
They're really good.
They are like, if you're ageist, fucking watch these
Sit
guys.
the fuck down. We're just as good as we always have been.
Oh, yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah, a lot of the guys worked with
the
Lennon, they've worked with Beach Boys, Cash, The Doors.
Just like all sorts of cool shit.
All the greats. Literally, all of the greats. One guy worked with Elvis.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It goes far back.
Yeah. The guy, my favorite guy, I forget his name, but he was on, like, percussion, like, he was doing the whistle on Cherry Bomb. He was killing.
Yeah, he was great.
He was blowing that thing. It was great. He, like shimmied and
Anyway, it was a great concert. If you get the chance to see Dan Auerbach live, go see it live. It's really...
Cry. Anyway, Malibu Man.
Extremely different from the album itself. However, Malibu Man.
Lyrically, it was a poke at the guy he could be. Like a celebrity uppity man.
Yeah.
Super ironic, you know. Quote, Malibu Man, isn't life grand? Got the world in his hand.
It's pretty up there.
Yeah, it's very ironic.
Where's the Malibu Stacy car?
Thank you, Lisa. You know, another quote, sometimes I get up, but I'm feeling down. I don't have a sister or brother. No family, no wife, but I'm still living the life.
Yeah.
Just, you know, kind of like, money's my bitch. I fuck bitches.
Except he doesn't, because he's a committed man.
Now, maybe. Yeah. There's been some rumors of infidelity in the past, but that's not my business. I'm just mad that Dan is not the sweet, wholesome boy that I thought he was.
Maya was really hurt because she was
I read an article by Pat's ex-wife that insinuated that Dan cheated a lot.
Yeah. Was it Pat's ex-wife, or was it that other guy who was talking shit on them?
No, not Jack White.
Okay.
The Jack White beef is
so there's a Jack White beef, in case you're not familiar with Dan Auerbach.
I think Rolling Stone had a timeline on it.
Yeah.
If you Google it, just look up Jack White and Black Keys beef. It's so funny.
It's bullshit.
Jack White was just like hella insecure and was like, the Black Keys are stealing from me. And then Dan was like, I don't even know Jack White.
See, I don't know if that was like, I don't know him as in like,
I think he meant, I don't know the
taking
guy,
shots at him.
He was more like I don't personally know the guy. Their kids went to school together, like Sadie and Jack White's daughter, and
I don't know.
Jack was like, I don't want to go to parent-teacher conferences with this asshole.
I think there's a beef there, and I think that Dan's just like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't think there's
I think that he's so private, he doesn't want to talk about it.
I think,
personally,
that Jack White...
You're just a fangirl.
...is a little bitch baby.
You're just a fangirl for Dan.
I'm not gonna say he's a bitch baby. I'm gonna say...
Oh my god, talking shit. And we said we weren't gonna fucking gossip on this podcast.
I'm saying that I think Jack White started something out of nothing because he had a lot of mental issues.
Listen, we're not talking...
Fake news.
Yeah? Okay. Well, whatever.
Another great quote from Malibu Man. Just step from a stone to another. I'm a myth of a man. I ride the waves when I can. You know, so-called the music trends. The waves.
Yes.
I make the music so people will buy it. Big shot at the fucking people he's making fun of.
Yeah.
I take pride in my waves and my colossal duvets. I thought he said paydays. but apparently the lyric is duvets. I forgot the definition of duvets. I thought he said my colossal paydays. I don't know. I'm fucking dumb.
It's
and
fine,
he said,
you're not dumb.
And ends on, I'm just an old-fashioned retailer's riot.
That's funny. It's got some good lyrics.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got some good melodies. Malibu Man, track 2.
Just poking fun at people.
Fantastic, though.
To be clear, Dan is a millionaire. I will not scooch around that fact. But this song is his way of poking fun at the mentality that millionaire musicians have.
He's self-aware, like we've mentioned.
Yeah, they manufacture music. They mass produce it. Dan is a musician who just wants to share good music. He didn't spend months on months in his studio with some guys writing songs from 9 a.m. to midnight just because he thought Waiting on a Song was going to be a platinum seller.
And also, I think it's in a world of, like, ghostwriters and people who really just sing the music that they're given, like Justin Bieber and stuff. You hear about that, how he got in trouble when he was in Spain because I think it was Spain. It was a country that was in America.
You say you don't keep up on normie shit, and I haven't heard this story about Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Get off my dick.
Whatever. Justin Bieber had a very popular song. I don't remember what it was called.
What, Despacito?
It might have been Despacito. I don't know. Not because of the meme, but he had a very popular song, and he went to another country, and then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, come on, sing the song, keep singing the song," and he was like, "I don't know the words. I don't even know how the song goes," and they were pissed.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's poking fun at that culture.
Oh yeah.
Culture that's just there to make a fucking buck.
I know. Yeah. Like he wasn't expecting this to be like top of the charts.
That's not why he's here.
He wanted to create the sound he's been waiting on.
That's thematic.
Uh,
Track 3, Living on a Song.
No, hold on. Living on a Song?
Sure.
No, hold on. You're moving on without me, dude.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, another quote. He said,
You and your quotes.
dude, I'm just saying. I did my research on this shit.
You did your research on Waiting on a Song.
Yeah. He said, he's quoted say, "Thing is, Nashville is such a cheesecake factory of country music." I love that. He continues to say, and these guys, that is the bandmates, sometimes don't fit in because they have so much personality in their playing.
Yeah, they really do.
I think Malibu Man is reflective on his, like, everyone here is just shitting out music. Me and my boys, we're here to fucking make good shit.
He wants to make good music.
Oh, yeah.
That much is very clear.
Now, track 3, Living Insane.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am. It's fun and playful. He finally shows a cutesy love song.
Oh my god, yeah. The song, I mean, it's so country. It's very country. He goes way more into country stuff than ever before. But it's got some rock stuff. It's got some pop stuff. It's got a great little vibe. It's got a nice pace. And it's a fun song to get into and just to play. It's a fun little love song. It's more celebratory than desiring.
Yeah, it's still talking about that kind of tainted love that we talked about and Keep It Hid, but it's in a positive light. Like, it's more just how it feels to be two people who have different perspective on the world.
Yeah.
Like, quote, "I need your spiritual voodoo, you're my cynical guru."
Yeah,
wonder why we love this song so much.
That's just adorable. We both love this song a lot.
It's pretty fucking great.
But, yeah. Not a lot else to say about it. Living in Sin's just a damn good track.
It is. Another, line. The world's in an awful mess, but you and I were awful blessed. We know that we have always been living in sin. It's just super self-aware, cutesy piece.
It's pretty nice.
It's great.
Yeah. So, yeah. Track 4, Shine On Me.
That was, if you bought the vinyl, you got a little 45, the tiny
ones. It's a 45, yeah.
You got a 45,
LP.
and on one side of it was Shine On Me. Shine On Me was kind of intended to be, like, one of the breakout tracks.
Yeah,
I think next to King of a One-Horse Town. Shine On Me, so fun. Like, watch the music video.
I've never seen the music video, actually.
It's a blast. It's so cute. Literally
I'll have to go back and look at it.
Like, launches
yeah. Oh my god, he launches in it. What the fuck?
Watch it. You gotta watch
it. Space? I've never fucking heard
with
this.
With the green screen. It's just fun.
Anyway, no, now I have to watch this.
No, right now. No. Anyway, it's the breakout piece. Yeah, it's the breakout piece of this. It's like the peppy go-to. How could you not want to pick your fucking shit up and dance to this?
It feels like a commentary on road trips to me.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got.
It's a fucking
It's
bop.
a bop, and lots of talk about distance and miles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The distance thing, it feels like somebody's waiting on, like, oh, we'll be there in 162 miles.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Only 399 words to go.
Thank you.
Anyways.
It's the first time he has a bit of distortion in his vocals.
That's true, yeah.
Which is interesting. Yeah. Later on, a quote of the song is, "Crying on my shoulder, I'm allergic to the tears. It's tiring for this soldier to pretend for all these years." And then you just think, there is my cynical love boy.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, at last, the cowboy. It's very ironic because it's a peppy song with lyrics about isolation and emotional numbness, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's why I got the vibe of, like, road trips, though, because road trips, you kind of, like, become numb to everything around you.
Yeah. And
you're very isolated, and I don't know. I got the vibe. I feel like it's, I don't know. When I read the lyrics, I kind of got this sort of thought of coming back from a road trip and, like, trying to come home from it, and then just, like, going back to work and trying to fucking readjust to everything after being in, like, a sort of fantasy world that you do when you go on a vacation or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Lyrically, that's the vibe I got. I think it's reflective of Shine On Me. I don't know. Just my opinion.
I see that.
It's a weird one, but I was taking a bit of a leap on it.
True. Now, King of a One-Horse Town belongs in a Tarantino movie.
Track
5.
It
another
really
somber song about being a weak little man. Kind of seems like the character is also the character in Malibu Man, personally. It might also, be kind of a commentary on himself, kind of poking fun at himself.
And it's, like, the only cowboy song on this album. There's really... Those cowboy vibes that were on Keep It Hid are just, like, completely gone here.
Not entirely, though.
I think they are.
There's tributes to them in each song, I feel.
But this song is a cowboy song.
Yeah.
And that's
like, you watch the video and it's a fucking cowboy town.
Yeah, exactly. And King of a One-Horse Town, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that's significant.
For sure. Analyze it all you want. It's just a damn good song for a down-on-myself depressed schmuck like me.
Okay, but that's, like, most of the stuff we listen to. That's, like, the fucking catchphrase of this... That's what's going to be the catchphrase of this podcast.
We like songs about being sad boys.
Analyze it all you want. It's just a damn good song.
Sad boy hours.
We're going to go over shitty songs.
Yeah.
Not on this album, but soon.
True. Anyway. One part, it's like, whoa, Dan says get stoned?
Oh my god. That's true, he does, yeah. And he makes, like, a point of it. He, like, slows down the line.
Oh, yeah.
Gets stoned.
Just distortions it and stuff.
Yeah, and he, like, hangs on it vocally. Yeah. He was just fucking...
jokes aside, like, it was actually kind of a shock when I heard him say that. I'm like, really? Did I hear that right? Like, as far as I know with his discography, he never really mentions drugs or pot. Except for, like, Put a Flower in Your Pocket, obviously, and, like, some of the ARC songs. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're the Black Keys. Discography, they're the Black Keys on weed.
That's
the ARCs are. So I see
just, like, smokes a lot of weed.
I can see that. He's a tired boy. He's got those sleepy boy pot eyes.
Probably.
Maybe that's why you got those eyes too.
Whatever.
You do.
Anyway,
damn,
King of a One-Horse Town.
That's my taste.
That's your taste. King of a One-Horse Town. It's a nice song. It's got a great metaphorical little title.
For sure.
And it's kind of got that vibe of a cowboy retired from his exploits singing about shit.
For sure.
And that plays into, A, who Dan is as a person, but also, almost in a character way, a commentary on, like, what Keep It Hid was all about. It's tight. For
sure. Now, I just recalled, we did not go over something with Malibu Man.
Oh, going back to Malibu Man, huh?
When we saw the concert...
Oh,
he got about a verse into the song.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the speakers blew out. It was
atrociously
really loud. Me and Gav were right in front of the speakers too.
Yeah, we were right in front, and it blew our ears out.
Oh yeah.
It was so loud, to be clear. It was so loud he bent over with his hands over his ears, with his guitar around his neck, like shutting himself out from the sound.
And now, like most artists, Dan is a very wealthy guy. He is in the world of rock. I'm pretty sure he's been in the Rock Hall of Fame at this point.
Maybe.
He is.
If not, he deserves to be.
He is the boy.
He is really high up. And when he got up from that and the sound stopped, the look on his face was like, just keep it together, breathe.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
Like,
he was livid, as anybody would be.
He, of all people, definitely had the right to be like, fuck this venue, I'm out.
He could have left right there.
That is so pathetic and so unprofessional.
I mean, I don't know
Especially because they took like 45 minutes on sound check.
Okay, yeah. This concert we went to took a long time to set up. So I think they were having issues in the sound check, and they just couldn't fix it, and they went on without trying to fix it. Whatever, I don't think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, Dan could have fucking left, and no one would have judged it for him.
I don't think he's going to be coming back to that venue.
Oh, no. He's never going back to the Truman.
He's never going back. Shout out to the Truman in Kansas
City.
Truman
in Casey. But, you know, that was a moment where I personally, I don't know the man personally, but I really gained a lot of respect for him because he is not a vain rock star. He could have been very vain and
he could have shouted at the guy who came on stage.
He could have yelled at the guy who got on stage.
The
tech guy. That tech guy definitely lost his
so
job
sad.
that night.
He was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
I was so heartbroken.
Imagine you had your job was to go up to Dan Auerbach and tell him why your speakers blew out on his concert.
I would
for
cry.
like a third time, by the way.
Cry.
They'd been blowing out while he was playing, and they just killed all the sound all at once. Also, they were blowing out on the previous performance of Shannon and the Clams. Mm-hmm. Also, great
band.
But we'll get to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah. So we're very familiar with that first, like, fourth of Malibu Man.
Yeah, because they started this song.
We got into it, and then they just, like, boom. Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah, I definitely felt a lot more respect for him in that moment because he didn't pull a, little spoiled rock star. He was like, you know what?
He made a joke about
I'm here for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The first thing he said after everything was set up again, he was like, we'll wait for all you guys who need to change your pants. It was so cute.
It was pretty funny.
It was so cute. And, yeah, it was a really cool experience because he carried on, and I love him for it. I would have been so heartbroken if he just walked out.
Yeah, to the venue's credit, the speakers didn't blow out. So whatever the fuck they needed to do that was taking them so long, they got it figured out real quick after that.
Oh, yeah. I bet that guy still to this day, cries about that. I would.
That's pretty bad.
I would.
That's a pretty bad one.
Oh, yeah. But,
That's like nightmare.
Yeah. My favorite part about that performance was, after they got through past that first chorus, where the song originally, exploded, you could see, so much relief on the whole band's face.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we're gonna get through this song, yeah.
Yeah, they can't even get through that one song.
It was so great.
To be clear, this is Malibu Man's track 2. They were only 2 songs in, not even.
Yeah.
So, never mind.
Not really hot start to a show.
Yeah.
But.
Anyway.
All respect to my boy.
Yeah. Never my wildest dreams. No, yeah. I don't have them numbered on mine, so I'm like...
Track 6. Never in my wildest dreams. This is my favorite. Fuck all of you basic bitches dancing to John Legend and Ed Sheeran. This is going to be my first dance song at my wedding. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking saying. This
is a good one.
This Stand in My Corner by the Arcs used to be okay, that's the song. This beat out that song. This beat out that song.
So much. I love it.
I would fucking eat Dan's asshole. I eat up his shit, dude.
Yeah.
I eat this shit up.
I'm just gonna let that sit in the air.
I love it.
I'm gonna let it hang out in the air.
Thanks, God.
Maya.
Quote Maya. Don't say my last name.
Why not?
Don't say my last name.
Who cares?
Maya.
What?
Don't say my last name.
Why not?
Don't say my last name.
Who cares?
It's creepy. People can find me on fucking Google and shit.
Yeah, who's gonna be listening to this? Our fucking families?
I don't know. Just bleep out my last name. How do you feel about me saying Gavin Mackenzie Capanos?
I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
I have my name on all my projects. I make games, by the way.
You have to bleep out my last name in this podcast. If I find out you didn't...
Okay, I'm not gonna bleep out mine, but I'm gonna bleep out yours. How about that?
You can edit in any sound effect you want, even if it's a fucking, cow mooing.
I'm gonna edit a cow mooing per Maia's request.
Do it.
I'm keeping all
It's
this
a
in, by the way.
self-deprecating joke for me.
I'm leaving all this in.
For context.
Leave it on the record. Track 6, Never in My Wildest Dreams. It's good.
This...
It's a slow song, it's clean, it's tight.
It made me cry at the concert.
It was cute. It was pretty cute.
It's such a beautiful juxtaposition in general to keep it hidden.
It's very catchy also, just like every song on this album. And lyrically, we have a little theory. We were talking about this, and we thought about how this related instead to a woman, maybe his daughter instead, because
there's nothing sexual about it. I mean, the lyrics
there really isn't. It's very, very much like loving.
Mm-hmm. It's like compared to Keep It Hid, who knew Dan could be like such a fucking sweet lover boy with like so much wholesomeness?
It's really, really softly spoken.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
Like, could you fucking imagine Dan doing your laundry in the freezing cold and just hanging out and watching TV with you?
That's pretty chill.
Like, that's low-key goals. But yeah, honestly, because of
You're fucking...
I'm sorry.
You're fucking man crush, whatever.
I love Dan.
I know.
So much.
That's okay. I'm not gonna be mad.
Anyway. So the more I thought about it, the more I thought this song could be more of a tribute to his daughter. Because it's really sweet, but not quite romantic love, unless you view it with that lens.
I think you can...
You can make it that lens, but you can make it without the lens. And I think that's why I could go for it. But
yeah, I think it goes either way, but again, this is one of our things of like, it's probably not true because we have no way of knowing, but if it is, that's kind of cute and really cool. And it almost makes it a better song. Because not many songs have commentaries like that, and Dan Auerbach especially, as an artist, it'd be very out there, but perfectly in line with the direction that Waiting on a Song is going.
For sure. I love the trumpets in it because it gives it such a fun flair. It really has the elements it needs to tie everything together and keep it from being too country.
That cute little chorus. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, guys.
It reminds me of a local band in Wichita called After Judo. They're fucking great. If any of you
never heard of them.
Look them up on Bandcamp, After Judo.
Okay.
They're a bunch of guys who get together after judo practice and just like
Really?
make music. Yeah, they're fucking cool. They're so nice. They played over at Ars Coffee House. But like they have one guy
What
who
genre
just
are they?
like indie kind of like I heard this song and I'm like they need to cover this song.
Okay.
They're very interesting.
Definitely.
I'm bad at describing genres of music, but they have one dude that just plays trumpet in the band.
Really?
It's great.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
so fun. It's so
That's
fun.
fucking cool.
Anyway,
Speaking
look them up on Bandcamp.
Speaking of trumpet, Cherry Bomb. Segways.
There's trumpet and Cherry Bomb?
I don't know, maybe.
There's not.
I'm just trying to
That was the worst segue ever. Write that down in the history of worst segues ever. Worse than an actual physical segue.
Segways aren't that bad. Have you ever ridden a Segway?
No.
They're not that bad.
I'm not Paul Blart. Cherry Bomb is my fucking bop. The whistles, dude. Boop, 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 boop. The dude at the concert.
I'm also not that much about this song either.
The dude at the concert was literally just like, boo, boo. Like he just blew the whistle like really long. He didn't even go with like how it sounds on the track.
To be fair, it's pretty hard to keep up.
It's
with
pretty hard, but also really fun. I would have fun on the whistle. I would have taken the
Do
whistle.
you think Dan did his own whistle?
Maybe.
I bet he
I mean,
did.
they had like, it was one of these whistles. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Do you think he recorded himself doing the whistle and then just put it in?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
I bet he did.
Possibly. I don't know. It's back to like the cowboy Dan mentality. Like it's a cutesy little moral story about
It's like a cowboy disco.
About like a gold digging kind of selfish lady. You know, like quote. So if you ever go climbing in a cherry tree, remember what a cherry she done to me. Like she kind of fucked me over. Like I was like, let me get up in this pussy, but all right, she fucked me over.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah, Dan. What interesting enough about Dan, a lot of his songs talk about women who are kind of selfish and gold diggers and stuff, but he never comes off as a misogynist. To me, he doesn't.
Okay, here's the thing.
I consider myself.
I get the vibe.
To be a feminist.
You're a woman, so it's a different perspective.
And as a woman, I'm not speaking for all women. If you disagree with me, totally understandable. But I have never gotten the vibe.
Leave a comment somewhere. if you disagree with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Always give us constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I never feel like Dan is misogynistic. Because he doesn't... Maybe it's just because he doesn't over-sexualize women, but
I don't know.
He makes it less about, like, your piece of shit woman and more like, she's, like, a fucking badass. She doesn't care. Because if a man did that, you'd be like, oh, yeah, good for him.
But he never says that, and he does do a lot of songs about women being shitty.
Yeah, he does a lot of songs about men being shitty.
Does he?
Have you listened to Sister by the Black Keys?
That's
No,
true.
you haven't.
I
Fight
haven't.
me.
God,
Unless you listen to the whole discography of the Black Keys and the Arcs.
Oh,
I'm
so sorry. I just
You
discovered
don't
the
get
Black
to-
Keys like
you
a few
don't
months ago.
Get to say shit.
Anyways, Cherry Bomb, a good song.
The guitar slide and the whistle. Yes. And
This
like
is
the
her
guitar
vibe.
solo, it's my vibe. This is my next to fucking Streetwalkin'. This is my shit.
You really like those
Like-
songs. That's just not my style, but I'm glad that you have a song that you enjoy so much.
I do. Like the guitar solo that goes super cowboy in it is so great. And the breakdown for me was the funnest part of the song. Like even Dan was like, no. This song is too good to end this early. He's like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Track
Alright,
8.
Track 8. Stand by my girl.
Stand on my girl. Stand on top of her. Sit on her face.
Put both feet on her stomach. Stand on her.
Okay, track 8. Stand by my girl.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, again, like, Dan kind of has a crazy lady who knows what she wants. Quote, I'm gonna stand by my girl because she'd kill me if I don't.
That's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
It plays
it's
into
like
that, like-
cutesy funny, like...
It plays into like tropey kind of stuff.
Yeah,
in,
it's
in a
kind of
good way.
tropey, but
In a good way.
in a good way.
Yeah.
I
I feel
like-
like it's very good.
Like, when I first heard the song, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stand by my girl. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And he's like, because she'd kill me if I
It is a
don't.
very-
And I'm like, oh.
The song gets kind of morbid in that like unique way at very specific points. And I feel like the whole album
I'm
kind of
gonna
does that.
look good all dressed up for my own funeral. I'm sure she'll look beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Great line.
It's pretty funny. It's honestly the song I read more is just
Yeah.
like a comedy piece.
For sure. I mean,
It's
it's like,
funny.
it's very cute, very fun. Basically, you start to see that this album is like a light-hearted disco cowboy version of Keep It Hid.
It really is.
Like-
But it's a lot more intentional. Every track is there for a reason.
For sure.
The songs are all paced.
Yet, you say that, but we know that these songs were not made for a specific album. These songs were just produced every day, and
Boy.
he picked them to make... Who says that that's not how Keep It Hid was made as well?
I'm saying that this album is, in terms of this, regardless of when they were made, doesn't matter. When it is in this album as a collection of songs, it was made, when it was produced in terms of the order of the songs. Also, listen to this album in order. It's important. Whatever. When this album was made, it was every track, one after the other, is paced so that the energy in terms of as a listener, you're always going to have enough energy to listen to this whole thing concretely. It's very, very, very specific. He stopped it at 10 songs. I'm saying it wasn't produced the same way because there are less songs here, and they have a much more consistent style and tone.
It's more concise.
And
I'll give you that.
exactly.
I think we discredit...
It feels like but Keep It Hid feels like more of an experiment. This album feels way more like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. This is exactly what I want to do. Just like you said.
That's fair.
This is an album that shows that this dude knows what the fuck he's doing. He's been in music for a while. He has a fucking music production studio and shit. Dan is fucking showing off. He is making the music he's wanted to make for years, and that is what this album is. Keep It Hid is good. It's not bad.
You really think that?
I
You've
genuinely...
been talking shit.
Listen, I like both albums. I think
You
they
like
both...
Waiting on Song more, and you're just like, Keep It Hid's okay. It's not very, like, put together.
Because it's not as well put together. It's a lot more
It's
consistent.
still a good-ass album.
I'm not saying it's not a good-ass album, you little dork.
Got him!
Whatever. It's good. Stand By My Girl's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Um,
Downright manipulative, destructive
For
song.
sure.
I love it.
I mean, you know, like I said before, it's like a lighthearted version of Keep It Hid, but, you know, of course, this was nearly 10 years after,
This was a while.
and all its huge fundamental changes that Dan made.
but close enough.
9. Oh, 8. What the fuck? Nearly a decade. That's nearly a decade. Okay,
But like you said, the album wasn't.
Yeah.
The song wasn't created. The songs weren't created for the album. They were just kind of created,
Yeah.
and then he put them in the album. So whatever.
So my point is more like the lyrics here. Like, lyrics for Dan have always been simple and clean, and you can read into them or just sing along, and either way is great because they're always accompanied by good music.
I think he has a quote somewhere that he doesn't make music for anybody. He makes music to be understood by everybody. Like, he tries to make his music like universally understood regardless of language. And I think this album is really like strongly embodying that.
For sure.
Anyway.
Last quote of the song: "I love a girl with fire in her eyes, that's what I used to say. But now I've come to realize if I want to live another day, I can't be living that way." It's like a sweet little summary of Dan's persona as a lover.
It's a nice little
Pretty
end
much,
to the song.
Yeah.
Undertow. Track 9.
It's
It's got a very recognizable... It's got a recognizable...
So fun.
Solo.
Sweet, tasty slowdown. That's what I like to call it.
Also extremely disco.
Disco beach country.
Yeah.
The first time I went to the ocean, I thought
You
of
heard-
the song.
Really?
I heard the song in my
That's
head.
interesting.
Yep.
It's really great. It's got a vocal string accompaniment. It's in the same kind of vein as Malibu Man. I think that was intentional with the beach stuff. It's a lot more in line with the track title of Undertow, which the meaning an implicit quality, emotion, or influence underlying the superficial aspects of something and leaving a particular impression.
Yeah.
I think that sums up the song perfectly.
Yeah. Like just for perspective, the lyrics are: "Would you die for me in the ICC? Pry me free from this life I lead. Undertow, settled in this from so long ago. Here they come to drag me down below. Here they come, the undertow.
It's pretty cool.
Soldier of fortune or broke down dog. Sign of the scorpion or hollow log." So he's not really the Malibu Man anymore, if he ever was. This is him talking about his own demons and personal insecurities.
And also, it almost kind of reads sort of like a criticism of reading into music too much. Being like, well, this could be this, like, interesting, complex thing, or it could just be a fucking bug on a log.
Maybe we're the undertow.
Maybe we are.
Dragging him down below.
Who knows? Who
Dragging
cares?
him from beneath the surface level of what we should just take him as.
But I feel like that...
Pew, pew, pew.
Whatever. I think looking into stuff is important. Whatever. Shut up, Dan. I love you.
Don't say that. Get out of here.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Last track, number 10, Show Me.
Show Me.
Great
Weird.
energy.
I thought this was a weird song to end the album on. I feel like there was one song that got cut. And
Probably.
it's weird.
There's a lot of energy in this one.
There's a lot of energy in this one. It was a really... But it's so weird. I feel like you swap this with Shine On Me, and that's a better way to end the album.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's what I wrote down. Because it's similar, it has similar motifs, it's got a more of a collection of various points in a discussion that kind of have a similar motif, but not really.
Yeah. It's really just like a wholesome sweet boy who just wants to know how she feels.
Yeah.
Like, originally, I misinterpreted this song drastically. I thought it was kind of cochino. Because, the quote is like, if you really want to get it done, don't you act so fancy free, girl, come on and show me. I was like, show me your
but then you
tits.
have lyrics like, a heart is not a toy that anyone should
Yeah,
play
like,
with.
yeah.
I want to be a man that you want to stay with.
Yeah.
That kind of sums
For
up
sure.
lyrically what the whole album
Yeah,
kind of goes for.
And, yeah, like, this is the most lyrically explicit song on the album. No metaphors, nothing to read into, it's all just put out there. And Dan's a really private guy, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That he made a song like that. Maybe I think it's fair that this is the last song, because he was like, here's my feelings, show me.
I guess so. It just doesn't have a lot of finality in terms of, like, chords and stuff. It feels like a middle song.
See, you
To me,
just
it
think about it too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking here. That's the point of this goddamn podcast.
No, just take it for what it is. Just feel the vibes, man.
Whatever. 9 out of 10.
Take it easy, man.
Not real rating.
Anyway, so, any other commentary on that song?
No, Show Me is a good song. It's weird, but I like it.
Yeah.
Not my favorite song on the album. What would you say your favorite from Waiting on a Song is?
So Never in My Wildest Dreams.
That's your favorite?
King of a One Horse Town.
I mean, they're all
Malibu Man,
good. Okay.
Cherry Bomb, Stand By. Okay, all of them.
They're all good.
They're all good. I can't rate them because it depends on my mood.
Okay, no, I'm not asking you to rate. I'm saying, which one do you love listening to the most?
Never My Wildest Dreams, because
Okay.
I think about crying, seeing his beautiful face sing that song.
Okay. I'm divided between King of One Horse Town and Living in Sin. I think both
Sure.
are fun.
They're
and
all good.
Great. They're all great.
This is like
It's all personal preference.
It's a cohesive album, yet they all can stand out as singles.
Absolutely. I feel the same way about Keep It Hid, with the exception...
do?
Yes. I like Keep It Hid. With the exception of fucking Because I Should, because it's not a song, it's a soundscape.
Oh, so salty.
I'm not salty. I'm saying that if we're talking tracks that I find great,
Yeah,
Because I Should
that's what,
is like Sister on This Old Dog. It doesn't have a... It like has a purpose, but it's
not
not...
like a song to listen to. It's like for listening album.
Exactly. I think the
There's nothing wrong
album
with
as a
that.
whole... I'm not saying the album's bad.
There's nothing wrong with having a little like
Real Fake Fight.
real fake fight. This is actually us having an argument.
This is real argument. Our relationship is crumbling before your
Before your very
ears.
ears.
Anyways, this has
I
been...
want a divorce.
We're not married.
I want a divorce.
Okay. So yeah, we both love these albums. Yeah, I feel like the differences between the two we've discussed
For
at length
sure.
at this point.
For sure.
One is really concise. One is just really good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like I said before, between Keep It Hid and Waiting on a Song, Dan went through the divorce. He became a single dad because he did take Sadie into his arms after he gained custody after the events
That's
that
true. He did
went
gain
on
custody,
with his wife, his ex-wife.
That's why I think Never in My Wildest Dreams might
It's
be
about her. Yeah.
his daughter.
Very possibly. The Black Keys made Turn Blue, which included touring to the point of fatigue for him. And he formed and toured with the Arcs as well. So it's really not hard to see with this context how it is that Dan got to a whole different style. Because his life changed so much too.
Yeah, and I think despite the stylistic changes, it makes sense given his influences. Honestly, if you want to look at like songs like Real Desire, Mean Monsoon, and My Last Mistake from Keep It Hid, the style is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got roots in what he makes in Waiting on a Song. He just doesn't take it all the way, and he's just still fucking with rock stuff because he's still learning what music he really wants to make. And Waiting on a Song feels like that. Feels like it has this very clear vision of where it's going, what it wants to be, how it wants to do it, and it shows like a coming of age for him as an artist.
For sure.
Especially since it was a solo artist instead of with the Black Keys or the Arcs. I feel like that says the most.
For sure.
Personally.
I have a few quotes I'd like to end this on.
As usual. You
As
and your
usual.
quotes.
So,
have your quotes?
an interview on Uprocks by Corbin Reef. Corbin asks, there were a couple of new songs stuck in the set list. Are you working on another solo record with these guys? And in the set list, he meant on the Waiting on a Song tour.
Yeah.
Dan says, man, I've got like a couple hundred songs sitting in my studio in Nashville. Every once in a while, we pluck one or two out and play them. I don't know. I can only put out like one record a year at most because you can't put out more than that, I guess. Even though I make like 20 times that much music, I end up sitting on a bunch of it. I don't know what's going to happen with it, to be honest. So maybe 2018 I'll put one out. Maybe he won't. He might just sit on it. We'll see.
We'll see. Did he put something out 2016 and 2015?
I think 2015 was Arcs.
So yeah.
2016 he did it, and 2014 I think was Turn Blue. So
almost every year.
almost every year, yeah. My favorite quote is from People Music, an interview by Jordan Runtag. Jordan asks, "What are you looking for exactly?"
Runtag.
Jordan asks, "What are you looking for exactly?" And Dan says, "I'm looking for an indescribable feeling, that magic. I'm looking for a song to speak a certain kind of language that I don't know. It has to be a song that even someone who doesn't speak English can understand. I'm looking for that magic, like that, I guess."
Absolutely. That embodies
That's my bad.
all of his stuff.
That's my sweet baby boy.
Totally. And that has been Dan Auerbach.
Check out the albums.
Check out both albums.
Give them a listen all the way through.
Probably on iTunes. I think he prefers that. But Spotify, wherever you can get it, just
iTunes
listen to
supports
it.
the artist a lot more. They
They're
get
the
the
best.
most cha-ching for
Yeah.
your listen.
Google Play Music's okay.
Yeah, sounds like good.
But, listen to wherever. Just give it some listening time. Give it a thought. Think about it. Like, don't take our word for it. Just do your own shit, like...
Get your own perspective.
Yeah,
Leave some
yeah.
comments if you, think, well, maybe it was this, or
you think I'm
you
totally...
guys are fucking idiots,
Yeah,
whatever
if you think I'm full of shit for drawing so many comparisons to old music and keep it hid, and you think it was just a good-ass album of Dan exploring new styles and had nothing to do with referencing anything, then call us out or don't.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourself.
Just let us know.
Yeah. This podcast is all about just getting your own feel for why you love music.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We fucking love music.
We love music. We love talking about it. It's fun to dissect things and overanalyze things.
Absolutely.
Kind of get a feel for why it is you like what you like, and always test yourself, see if there's something new out there that you might be interested in, and sharing good music with other people. So if you like it, leave a comment. Let us know maybe some artists that you want to hear about next.
Absolutely. Give us some suggestions.
We kind of have some artists that we already know and are pretty familiar with, but definitely would love to explore different music types.
And give us suggestions of weird stuff that is not anything like this, because we really want
Get out of our comfort zone.
Get out of our comfort zone, yeah. If you want to give us a Jay-Z album and really are listen, give it some time. It's good. We will give it a try.
Dude, Jay-Z's fucking tight.
We'll get it.
For the record, Gavin doesn't really listen to rap, and I finally got Gavin to listen to Damn, and he fell in love with it.
Damn by Kendrick Lamar. I love Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
It's
I like
so
rap. I like rap.
Do
I just
you?
don't really listen to it that often. Yeah.
Rap is poetry.
It is.
Rap is beautiful.
Until it isn't. I feel like it's a very, just like every music genre.
You can make it trash, you can make it great.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other conversation. Anyway, we've been going for hour and 45 minutes. So,
Oopsies.
So it's fine.
Let us know what you think.
And this has been the Dropout Radiocast. See you next time.
See ya.